and good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming to the webinar this morning. What we're going to do, we're just going to do something pretty basic with this webinar. We aren't going to get too crazy into designs. I just wanted to basically get a webinar so you guys can kind of ask some questions throughout it. I'll go over some basic features with CorelDraw and the TRW Stone Wizard just to show you guys some different tips and tricks that we use all the time, and just want to kind of get some feedback as far as you guys, as far as what type of things you want for different webinars. So I'm going to show you some of the tools here in the TRW Stone Wizard, that some tools that you guys may not use all the time, or different shortcuts that we use that may help you with your designing. And then also in CorelDraw here, some different tips and tricks that we use. So does everybody like having the live webinars? I know we have 750 something tutorial videos online, but it's nice. I feel like it's a lot nicer to be able to have the live webinars where Aaron's here. He can answer some questions as you guys have questions. We're also going to start doing some one-day training classes. So we're going to start doing some road shows, and what those will be, the first one we're going to have that we'll announce here soon, it will be in Houston, Texas. So all you Texans out there, it's the actual NGN show, which is one of the newer shows on the circuit. We're going to be in Houston, and I want to say it is in, I'm trying to think, maybe June, May or June, sometime in that. It's on our website though. I can actually go on and check real quick for you guys to see exactly when it is. The Houston, Texas is May 29th, and May 29th will be the day that we're doing that one-day training. So we don't have exact prices on that yet, but I know we'll be doing one in Houston, Texas for a single day training. I think we'll have one in St. Louis, Missouri, and then I think we'll have one in Denver, Colorado, are the three that we have scheduled right now. And then we're also going to start doing some two-day trainings here at our Bling headquarters in sunny Florida. Great vacation spot for you guys. You guys can hit the beach in between. So we'll be doing a lot of different things. And we did have a question also, the NBM Charlotte show. We're going to actually do some classes at the NBM Charlotte show. So that is the first one we've been able to get into with the actual classes as well. And those are the classes during the show. So that one will only be, I think there may be hour-long classes. Okay, so let's get over here to CorelDraw. So how many of you here are actually using the TRW Stone Wizard version 2.05 already? And then how many of you are just coming to kind of check it out and see what's going on, see if it's something that's going to work for you? It looks like most are using it already. Some are using the trial, which is good. Some of you, depending on your connection, the screen may be a little bit blurry during this. No worries though, we're recording it and we'll have a clear screen that we'll post onto the YouTube channel or onto our website for you guys to watch it, pause it, do everything else. So looks like we got a lot that are either using it or using the trial. Awesome. So hopefully we'll be able to show you some different things in the webinar here. And it looks like we are already filled in the class. We're looking into expanding into larger classes here. We have a max of 100 people. I just posted it yesterday, as all of you know. We had, I think, ended up having 296 people sign up for the class, but only 100 could get in. So I apologize for those of you that are watching this later if you weren't able to get in, but we are going to look into, or we may just have a couple different webinars throughout the day. So if you do see us post webinars, make sure you sign up for them early. And it doesn't really matter when you sign up for them, but it's more importantly when you actually sign on to it that day. The earlier you sign on, then you can secure your position in the class. All right. So of course this is the Rhinestone University logo that we made up here for our different training classes. Oh, it looks like we did reach our limit. So let's not show this again and click OK. So just make sure you stay in here, because if you pop out, someone will probably jump in and fill your spot real quick. But again, no worries, we're recording it for you, so you'll be able to watch it later as well. So obviously we're using CorelDraw X6. We are using our 64-bit version. You can use 32 and 64-bit version with the TRW Stone Wizard. We are already completely compatible with CorelDraw X7, 32-bit and 64-bit versions as well. So again, we don't wait until the program comes out. We think ahead. We want you guys to be able to upgrade to X7 if you want. We currently do not sell X7 just because they don't have the version for us resellers out yet. We're hoping to have that by next week for X7 upgrades or new purchases of X7, and then we'll put some packages together with the new X7 program. So as you can see, this is our layout for the TRW Stone Wizard. I'm just going to run through this real quick. I know most of you have seen this already, but again, we got a lot of people in here that are just using the trial version and want to kind of see what all it is. On our left side, we have our quick trigger color buttons here, and the X one at the top is one that you'll actually use a lot. I know a lot of you may not be using that yet, but if you left click on that, it's going to clear the box. Right click, it's going. So if I go to page, let's just open a new page here. Or I can just go over this one. Let's see. I'm just going to right click and duplicate my page here and created a new one. So let's say, for example, these are all tools in CorelDraw that you guys are going to use a lot. So you want to get familiar with this toolbar over here, and then when you're selected two different things, it's going to pull a new toolbar up at the top of Corel too. So when I just drew a box here, you can see we have our outline. Well, if I come over here and left click on pink, it's going to fill that box pink. If I right click on green, you can see it's going to put my outline to green. So you can barely see it right there. Well, one quick shortcut is if you click on the design and hit F12, F as in Frank 12, that's going to pull up your outline pen tool. So a couple different things in Corel, and like I said, we're going to show you some basic features in Corel, but also the wizard, because you do need to know some features in Corel in order to obviously use all the functions with the wizard. So you can see our width here. So that is a pretty thin line there. It's 0.5 points right there. If I move that up to, let's say, 24, and hit OK. You can see how that outlined that. So if I wanted that outline to turn yellow, I can just right click over on my colors. Right click on green, left click on purple, and that's going to change the fill. Left click on pink, that's going to change the fill. Now I'm going to show you something a little different here. If I drag this over, I'm holding my left click button, and then I click right click. Watch how it changes to a plus. See that plus that just showed up? If you have a blurry screen, you may not be able to see it right now, but you'll see it when you watch the recording. And then I let go of my left click. What that did, it just duplicated it, so it copied. So very easy to do. Another way that you can do that, if I drag down, I'm holding my left click and I hit the space bar. Look at that, space bar, space bar, space bar, and then let go, and it creates another copy. So those are just quick little shortcuts. If you're not using those in Corel yet, they're going to save you a lot of time, especially when you're working with stones to do some different copies. Holding the left click and hitting that space bar, space bar, space bar like that, and then letting go, it's going to duplicate those stones, make it a lot easier for you to edit stuff. So how many of you have been using the left click, right click, and the space bar so far? A lot of you. Did most of you know as far as those easy shortcuts? Simple shortcuts, but a lot of people don't know about them yet, so they're going to save you a lot of time. All right, now also, I'm going to show you the difference of a couple things here. So watch this. I have this clicked. Again, I hit F12 to get to my outline pen tool. All right. Now, see the behind fill and scale with object? Well, I don't have either of those selected right now. So watch the difference. If I take this square right here and I shrink it, see how that green is always staying that same size. So the green's huge right now, that outline, where if I drag it out here, it's always going to stay that same size. Well, if I duplicate this over here, watch the difference here. I'm going to hit F12. Now I'm going to go ahead and scale with object and hit OK. Now watch, I'm going to shrink both of these at the same time here to real small, and see how it scaled with the object, so it kept that outline the same thickness. So that's going to be big when you're working with different texts. If you're working with the word baseball and you're doing a heat transfer vinyl design, you always want it to scale with your image. Otherwise, if you have text there and it's outlined, it's going to look real weird. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. So I type out baseball here. And let's go to fonts. Now this is our fonts tab. If I want to use impact font, I can just type in IMP, click on impact, and now you got your impact font. Okay, so let's make this about the size of a design that we would use. Let's say 9.3 inches, okay? So again, F12, that gets me to my outline tool, or I can do an outline in the wizard. But this is just a simple way to do it if you just want an outline. So let's say I do an 8-point outline and hit OK. And I'm going to right click so it's green. Now, I don't really like the look of that, because see how the B there looks a little weird, the S looks a little weird. Well, I'll show you how you can fix that too, because we want that outline to go back behind it. All right, so if I click on this and I go back to my F12, I'm going to click on this behind fill option there and hit OK. Now see how much better, see how much nicer that looks right there? So it went back behind my black part of the design there. So could you guys see that big difference of how that looks, how much nicer that looks? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this down, and I hit my right click to copy it, okay? And let's make this a different color just so it's easier to see. So let's go yellow and yellow for the fill. I just did a left click to the fill. Now on this one right here, I'm going to hit F12 and I'm going to do scale with object, okay? This top one, I did not do scale with object. So watch when I shrink this text way down. Okay, shrink it way down. See, the baseball here stayed the same perfect size outline that we wanted, where the one up top here, because it didn't scale with the object, got real thick, doesn't look as good now. So does that make sense to all of you as far as the F12 button in Corel and using our outline pen tools? Now you can see this is all one object here, so I'm normally going to want to go arrange, and then I want to convert my outline to object, or Control Shift Q. And now when I click that, watch what happens. See, my outline is its own object now. It isn't just an outline to that. All right? All right, so let's get off that here. Let's go back over to the Stone Wizard here. Couple different things. Our text spacing button. You'll see when we're doing different objects. So we grab a square here, and let's just say you have, I'm going to left click on green, right click on the X. It's going to get rid of that little outline. Let's say you just wanted to round these corners a little bit. You can do that real easy here with your text spacing tool. So if I click on text spacing, you can see it shows dotted lines around it. Now, if I grab this corner here and pull it, see how it's forming it into an oval or whatever we want. So we just want to add a little bit of a curve to it, and see how much nicer that looks. So if you're using it for an image, or you want to create some type of design for your Facebook page or website, you can round the corners real easy like that. Another thing you can do, if you click on the text spacing, we can click on the control button. So if I hold down control, see, now it just pulls one of the corners. So that's the look you're going to get there. So again, we can come over here, and let's say we wanted to pull this corner as well. Click on our text spacing, hold control. We can pull that corner in too if we want. So whatever you want to do, there's a lot of different things you can do with this, and different kind of techniques and textures and looks you can get to any of your squares or circles or anything. So all of these features over here are definitely in Corel things you want to use a lot. I'm going to run over the pen tools real quick. These are tools that we use a ton with the TRW Stone Wizard. So freehand tool, we don't really use as much, just because it's kind of hard to do a freehand. So you're basically just going to left click, and I'm drawing whatever I want here. So whatever I want to draw is just like actually grabbing a pen or a pencil and drawing it straight on your screen. Okay? So, I mean, it's pretty easy to do. It's hard to get too detailed or too specific with it. But if you wanted to, you could come over here. We could go to our purple. We can come over to place and fill, add stones to path, and it threw stones perfectly right along that path that we just drew. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of that guy. Now come over here again, and I want to show you one other quick thing. When you have these pen tools here, watch this. See this little dotted line at the top right there? I could drag this out and put it onto my screen right here. So see, I have it actually in CorelDraw, and then it shows them all up here, so you don't have to come over here and do it. Well, what you can also do, quick little shortcut for you in Corel, I could grab my curve flyout, bring it right up here, and drop it into my toolbar. So see how awesome that is? So I dropped it into my toolbar there. Now they're all right there for little quick triggers, and I can grab it real quick. So if I wanted a 3-point curve, I just go there and click. Now I have my 3-point curve. Instead of coming over here, clicking on it, getting the drop down, finding the 3-point curve, clicking on it, and coming back. Okay? Does that make sense right there? All right, any questions so far as the different pen tools and stuff? I'm going to run through these real quick, but anybody, as far as just some of the basic stuff that we've gone over so far, any questions yet? All right, perfect. Everybody's looking good, 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 good. All right, so 3-point curve tool. I'm going to left click, drag it out to wherever I want. As soon as I release it, then it's going to actually allow me to curve it wherever I want. So see that? See how cool that is? So if I wanted it to be right here, and then I left click again, that's where it sets that spot. Then I could come over on this one, I could click again, I could make it there, click, and then I got a perfect little curve there of whatever you want. So 3-point curve tool, awesome feature for when you're tracing different designs, working with different designs. And then of course you can go to your place and fill, add stones to the path, and it's going to add stones perfectly along that path. All right, so let's move on over to, and since we have them all saved up here, I can show you up here our 2-point line tool, the B-spline tool, one that I use the most. See how when all I'm doing is left clicking, so it's going to follow kind of my path as I left click along it. So this is one of my favorite tools of any of them, and the most used tool. So when you're tracing a design, it's very easy to kind of trace it around. It kind of follows with whatever path you're using. And then a cool feature of it is if you hold the V button, V as in Victor, now look, it's drawing straight lines. If I let go of the V, it'll draw the curved lines again. Hold the V, it'll draw straight lines. So when you're working with different designs and you want to draw a straight line, hold your V as in Victor button down. A lot of people don't know this shortcut. When you want it to draw your curves, let go of that V button and it's going to draw the curves. Very cool. How many of you knew that V button shortcut as far as drawing the straight line for the B-spline tool compared to the curved lines? That's a feature you don't really think you're going to use it a lot, but you're going to use that feature a lot, especially when you're tracing different designs with the B-spline tool and then you want a straight line to go across. Just hold V as in Victor and then it's going to draw a perfect straight line for you. And then of course, add stones to the path. Look how beautiful that is. All right, so let's go ahead and we want to go to, oh, we got a couple questions up here. And what I'm going to do, once we get near the end here at about 10:45, 10:50, I'm going to kind of open it up for questions as well, start answering questions as we're going along. But just to let you know, I see somebody that's asking to make a tail example. Kate, that's something that's pretty easy with the B-spline tool like that, to do a tail design. And all you have to do is that B-spline tool. So if there were a tail there and we had our B-spline tool, and this isn't going to look perfect just because I don't have one to actually go off of. But watch, if I hold my V now, or I can go, let's just say I don't even want to hold the V and I want this to kind of wrap like this a little bit, wrap around, and then I want my tail to go up here, and then I want it to go into my design here and click there. So there we got a tail design. We can add whatever text we want to it. So let's just say we wanted, what text do we want to do? Let's go ahead and do baseball. Oh, take my caps lock off. So if I typed out baseball there real quick, let's get rid of that we drew. And we want to go to our fonts. We're going to go to a brush script font. Pretty cool font for this. And I want to make it a little bit taller there. And this is a very, very basic kind of tail design that I grab right here. I can go in here and I can edit my nodes a little bit, bring those down some more towards my design here, as you can see that I'm doing here, okay? And this just shows you how easy this feature is to do right here. So we got my baseball design. Now what I want to do is I want to create them, I want to make them the same color. So as long as they're both the same color, okay? Let's get this one in so they're overlapping a little bit. And if I highlight the entire design, now up here you're going to see that different simplify and trims and welds are going to come up. So when I drag this design around, you'll see that everything's not the same. So if I click on baseball first, and an easy way to do this is to view it in wireframe, but let's click on baseball first. I'm going to go arrange and convert to curves. So now I can't edit that anymore, okay? So now that baseball is an actual kind of vector file that you can't edit, all right? So now I'm going to click on the entire project there. So I'm going to highlight the entire thing, and you're going to see when I look in there, watch. See how the A and the L, I'm not sure if you can see it. See how it's overlapping a little bit there? Well, we don't want that to do that when we're doing our cut. So let's Control Z. We're going to go Arrange, Shaping, and Weld. Now when I welded it, see how that's all gone? Now you're going to get a nice perfect cut with it. So you always want to make sure with any text you convert it to curves, but then make sure you weld it after that. Otherwise you're going to get those weird cuts, and your A is going to be split from your L, and then your L is going to be split from your other L, and you're going to get those lines going through it. And as you press your heat transfer vinyl, it's going to shrink a little bit. You're going to get some split, and you're going to see your shirt showing through. So that's what's going to make your designs look nice. Now again, these are still split apart. They're the same color, no problem. Go ahead and arrange, and we can go right here if we want and click weld. Now look, they're all the same color there. So I can click yellow, I can click green, whatever I want. I can zoom in on these. Let's say I wanted to clean this up a little bit. If I wanted to clean that up a little bit, I could delete both of these nodes right there and hit delete. See how it gave us a nice round right there? I could come over here, clean this up a little bit. Let's say I want this to go here. Let's delete a couple nodes. We deleted that node, delete these two nodes. So now we got a nice flow going through the bottom of that design right there. And now another thing we can do is we could add an outline to it. Remember our F12 feature that we used earlier? So watch this. I'm going to right click on purple, and we could F12 it, or even an easier way, do it in the TRW Stone Wizard. So if I do it in the wizard, I can go to place and fill. I'm going to go one island to the outside. I don't want to add stones. Let's do a contour. Let's get this to our size that we want. Let's say 9.5 inches. Let's do a contour of, let's see what 0.12 to the outside looks like. And we're going to do an island fill. That doesn't look too bad there. So it's going to show us the blue line. So let's go purple and right click. All right, so you can see it's a full actual design right there. Now, cool thing that we got here, go to our edit tab, hit magic trap. Doesn't look like we did anything, but look at the difference. Bam, you're good to go. So now this design is completely done. And I wasn't even planning on doing this in the webinar today. We did have a couple people ask as far as how to do it. So that's completely done. It's already got the trapping method for the glitter heat transfer vinyl, and watch what we can do here now. So if we go to here and we go to magic vinyl and we use our green grass, and then we come here and we use our silver, we got a 2-color glitter design all ready to go. Pretty cool, huh? Want to change that to the hot pink? There you go. You want to change it to a black outline? There you go. Hot pink, black outline. Highlight it, 9.8 inches. Let's go to mockups. We want to add our logo, add our TRW logo, go to our front design, go to a tank top, click on our tank top here, and bam, you're ready to send to your customer. So again, little bonus feature there for you. Didn't plan on doing that in the video here, but wanted to show you how easy it was to do it. And then you could easily type mom or anything you want inside that, and you got a baseball mom design. All right. So we're going to run through a couple things. I see a lot of people are asking different things as if we could stone that design. And we're going to be coming out with a lot more webinars. I don't want to get too distracted away from everything from how we're doing it, just because I want to be able to show you all these basic features, especially for all of you out there. This is a beginner webinar, so we want to keep it kind of simple for right now, and then we will have kind of intermediate and advanced webinars as well. All right, so I did have one person ask how we're zooming in and out so quickly. I've never used the zoom tool over here. I don't like it at all. It's a pain. I use on my mouse, I just use the scroll wheel on the mouse. So if I want to zoom in, wherever your arrow is pointing is where it's going to zoom into. So let's say I want to zoom in on this little stone right here. See how easy that is? Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in, zoom out. Zoom in over on these blue ones, in and out. Over here, in and out. So perfect. Zooming with the scroll tool right here is going to make it 100 times easier to work with your different designs. All right, so Magic Respace. I want to run through that real quick. Awesome feature, and it's always going to be down here. So you have your clear paths. Our Magic Respace is our next one in. So let's go ahead and show you how that works. So we got a design right here, and we got our S design. I'm going to show you two different ways to do this, just to give you an idea. So with this S design here, it's got some blanks in there, obviously. Well, we wanted to go ahead and finish that line for us. So if I highlight my entire design there, and I just click Respace, that's what's going to happen. See how it actually, we taught Corel how to draw a curved line. So see, it actually has that path right there perfect for us. So even if now that we have that path later, we could actually come in here and add stones like this if we want to, because it already drew that path for us. Okay, now if we go back, let's go back to here, back to our original design here. Okay, and we're on our original design. Let's say, man, we know there's going to be a lot of spacing in there. No problem. Let's go ahead and respace it, and then we can just hit the up arrow. What that's doing, that's actually adding stones to the design. So you can see that the spacing's getting a lot closer together. And then once we're done, clear paths. Now to clear paths, when you create a path like that, you do have to hold shift and then clear paths, okay? Another thing we're thinking about doing, how many of you would like us to create a shortcut, like a TRW Stone Wizard / CorelDraw shortcut cheat sheet that we can post on the website for you, that just a lot of like the different features like this with the V and the Control C and V and all types of different little shortcut tools and buttons? Because honestly, I don't know how most of you work. Whenever I'm working with my designs, I have my mouse in my right hand and my left hand is always on the keyboard. And honestly, I'm the person who looks at every key when I type out an email or anything like that. But when it comes to Corel and the wizard, my fingers know exactly where all the buttons is. I don't know why it is, probably because I'm using it so much, but I can Control C, Control V to copy and paste, my V tool, all the different shortcuts in Corel. My fingers know when it comes to typing out emails and everything, no chance. But that's all right. So we got our S here. Show you another one, but I see probably it looks like 98 out of 100 of you posted that you wanted a cheat sheet. So that's something we'll get working on. So again, like always, guys, we're going to listen to what you say. We're going to create videos on what you say. When you guys have questions, we got, I think when we were looking yesterday, we've been on fire with videos since we've gotten back from the last show. I think we've created 10 or 12 videos in the last 2 days. We get all of our video ideas from you guys. So someone will call in. We have our call center here that's always going to take care of you. Someone will call in with a problem. Whoever takes the call will write it down on a sheet that we have. We'll put it up on the bulletin board of, hey, we need to create a video on this. So-and-so had a problem with it. Well, if one person had a problem with it, there's going to be plenty of others out there that might have that same question. So what do? We create a video for it. That way, when the next person comes along, they have a question, we can show you the video. It's going to explain it a lot easier and make it a lot easier on your side. All right, so again, with the Respace tool, Magic Respace, as you can see, we have different size stones here. So we have 10s, 16s, and 20s. Highlight the entire design. And if we go respace on that one, what you want to do is, if I come over here and I shift click, I started it at that side. So here's the difference of when you want to find a start point or not. So say for example, I want to add some more stones to the top here. See how there's 4 on the bottom, 3 on the top? If I highlight my entire design and I hold shift, I'm going to click on this last one. I unselected it, now I'm going to select it again. Well, that's telling the wizard to draw your line but end up here. So now when I add stones, it's going to add these stones right here. So watch. Respace. Now there's only 3 of those 10s up there right now. Watch. Now there's 4 of them, 5 of them, 6 of them. See how it's adding to those stones? Okay. So very easy there. Another thing we got here that I want to show you is a pretty easy way to do this is just to duplicate some stones in. So we know that a lot of stones are missing right there. So watch what I can do. I can come over here, go to my edit tab, and a lot of you don't know this copy selected right here is going to duplicate right on top of each other. So if I just hit it 1, 2, 3, 4, there's 5 on top of each other there. Let's come over here. I want some more of these large ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I added about 11 more stones to this entire design, and watch the difference that we get here. We had a ton of spacing between it before. Look at that. I actually guessed perfect right there, and we have perfect spacing on that design because I added extras of those SS20s, extras of those SS20s, made our S turn out perfect right there. All right. All right, let's move on. And same thing here with the different stones. See where, boom, let's say I have, let's find one. I have 1 yellow right here. Watch. If I go there, copy selected, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I added 7 yellows there. Highlight my design, find my start point, respace. There's my 7 yellows that I just added. Okay, pretty cool. All right, so now what I want to do is, let's go to page 5 here. Again, a couple features that a lot of you probably don't use. So depending on the complexity of your design, I want to show you this. So if I hit, now I did have one question I saw come through real quick. Did you hit enter after selecting? So back on this design here, is that the one you're talking about, Elaine? Okay, so let's see. Elaine had a quick question if I hit enter after selecting. So now, Elaine, are you saying after I duplicate it or when I do the respace? So if I highlighted this design, Elaine, okay, so when I duplicate it, you don't have to hit enter. I'm just left clicking, copy selected, and that duplicates it. Okay, so you don't have to hit enter or anything. Then I'm highlighting the entire design. I'm holding shift, finding out where I want to start it from. So click, that unselected it, click again, that selected it, and then I'm just hitting magic respace. So I never hit enter anywhere in that process, okay? All right, page 5. We got squares here. Just, again, something that's very simple, but it's gonna save you a lot of time. So watch, I have these squares here. I wanna go ahead and add stones to this, all right? Couple different things we can do with that. So if I go to place and fill, and let's say I do a corner detect and I add stones to the, well, let's do it without the corner detect first. So I'm going to show you 3 different versions. Boom, let's duplicate that one up there. So here, add stones to path, okay? I did not choose my corner select, so you can see overlap, overlap, different ones. Some of them may hit it perfect by mistake, overlap. It's all going to depend on your spacing. Overlap, overlap. Okay, now let's show you a little bit better scenario. Let's go ahead and hit corner detect, add stones to path. Perfect, 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 perfect. So it hit all the corners perfect. See this corner here overlaps. When I did corner select, perfect. Okay, but look what we still have. Overlaps, overlaps, overlaps. Now I'm going to show you scenario number 3. Highlight the design. We got our corner detect done, but then what I'm going to do is in my edit tab, I'm going to hit magic sections. Well, look what this just did. See how those are split apart now? Split apart, split apart. Control Z is to go back. But what magic sections did, it split all those apart. Watch the difference. Here, place and fill, add stones to path. Now let's see what we have for overlaps. Perfect, 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 perfect. That's all I'm going to say. Perfect, 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 perfect. So you can see the difference between when we were up here, we had overlaps on the corners and overlaps at the intersections. Here, we fixed it with corner detect, so we had no overlaps on the corners, but we had overlaps at the intersections. And then when we selected them both, no overlaps on the corners, no overlaps at the intersections either. So did everybody see? Everybody stay with me on that as far as the difference of those? So again, corner detect is going to fix your overlaps on our corners there. And then when we're on the edit tab, magic sections is what's going to split it apart. Now I'm going to show you what it did there. So what it actually did when I clear my paths here, watch, when I go here, there's probably going to be 4 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4. See, there's 4 circles. The reason why there's 4 circles is it broke apart all of those different paths and it told it to end at that spot each time. So it stacked 4 circles on top of each other. No worries though. Highlight the design. Right here is our merge overlaps. And then we come in here, it's 1 circle now. So one button fixes all of that and you're good to go. All right, everybody get that? So when you do that, it's going to create extra circles because that's what's telling it to hit it perfect. But highlight your entire design, merge overlaps. It's going to merge them all down to 1 circle and you are money, good to go. All right. Anybody have any questions before we move to the next one here with that? Everybody has everybody here, even in the first 35 minutes that we had, picked up at least something that's going to help you? I mean, my goal is as long as you can pull away something from the webinar here that's going to save you. I mean, a lot of these things, these couple little clicks are going to save you a ton of time. But again, we'll post the video of this as well that's going to show you. There's honestly, I could sit on here for 8 hours and keep going over things and things and things. So it's going to be difficult, but what I want to do is I want to get some different videos out there, get some webinars out there that are very basic, because some people have never seen CorelDraw before, and we understand that. So we don't want to create videos of thinking that, hey, they already know everything about CorelDraw, let's just show them advanced features. We want to show you the most basic features as well, because even the users out there that have been using Corel for 2, 3, 5, 10 years, whatever it is, you still may hopefully find a couple features that are new to you or save you some time. All right, so let's go ahead and delete this page here. Now you see what we have here. So this right here, I know a lot of people are asking about this. This and this, 2 different images. These are just regular bitmap images. So they are not anything that's not a vector file. It's just an image. So it can be a JPEG, a PNG, a bitmap, anything else. So I'm going to show you a couple different ways of how we could stone something like this in CorelDraw. So the easiest way I'm going to show you is this. So watch what we can do here in the TRW Stone Wizard. If we go to our Place and Fill tab here, you can see down here there's a button called Single Line. So on the Single Line button, there's 2 different ways to use this button. If I left click it, it's going to find the paths here in the image and create a single line going around it. So it's basically going to, so when you zoom in, you can see this is all pixelated right now. It's going to find the center point between these 2 areas and draw the best line it can. It's not always going to be a perfect line, but again, there's no program out there that you're going to click a button and it's going to be completely done and perfect for you. It's not going to happen, okay? So all of these programs are going to cheat. They're going to get you and help you along the way. And then there's just a matter of how much time you want to spend on the time with manual editing to make it look perfect. Okay. So we got our cowboy hat here. Watch, I'm going to show you our 2 different features. So again, I right click to copy it. So if I come over here and I left click on single line, what it's going to do, it's going to run through right here and it created my single line. I hit OK. And then I can pull this away right there and See, now it's an actual single line. Yes, the hat is, Jennifer, the hat's a JPEG, PNG, anything like that. Yep, it's just a regular image file. Okay, so again, have a couple people asking how to do that again. So I just got my basic image here. I'm creating a single line now, okay? Remember, it's only going to create a single path. So I have my hat selected, come over here, left click on single line. It's going to pull up my power trace feature so I can take away detail, add detail, smooth it out a little bit if I want not as many nodes in it. It'll tell you how many nodes. See, I have 141 nodes right now. I smoothed it out, now I'm down to 127 nodes. Obviously, the less nodes with the good detail is going to be better for you. And then I hit OK. And I didn't delete my original. I could have selected delete original as well. But when I delete that, you can see I have my path of my hat right there. All right. The other way we can do it, highlight, we have the design. Again, this is our JPEG, PNG, whatever we want. If I come over here to single line and I right click it, what that's saying is, you know what? I don't want you to just create the single line path. I want you to create the single line path and I want you to stone it. So I come over here, single line, and right click. Processing down here on the bottom, it's going to run through, and there you go. So now that one was done with SS20s, okay? Obviously SS20s are pretty large stones. I'll come over here to what we normally use as our SS10s, and let's go back. Now again, we have our just PNG or JPEG, whatever we want right here. So I can come over here and I'm just going to right click on single line. Now I'm using SS10s, which are our normal size. And see how it ran through it there for us? So again, you're going to have some different little areas with some overlaps, things like that. I'm going to highlight my design here and clear my path. Now what I want to do is I want to merge my overlaps. So if you want to merge overlaps, if you want to mark overlaps, whatever you want to do, I can come over here. If I merge them, now I know for a fact that I have no overlaps in this design anymore, okay? So what I can do now is, let's just move a couple stones around to different spaces, or what I would normally do is use my B-spline tool or my 3-point curve tool. So if I come over here to my B-spline tool, I'll show you how I can use this, and I'm just going around the design right here to the center of the different stones, okay? Very simple. And when you have it locked to tell you, it's going to tell me each time I'm to the center of a stone. Double click, okay, so I'm done there. Magic respace, see how it hit all those perfect for me? Now I can clear my path. That part's perfect right there. If I want to smooth this out, perfect right here. Again, I can use my 3-point curve tool, or I can use my B-spline tool, whatever you want. So I can come over here. Let's say I want to use my B-spline tool again. I'm just going down and I'm skipping a lot more areas here because I know this is going to be a nice smooth line here. So watch. I'm going to zoom in here for you. So what this is going to do is it's going to, anything that's touching this line, it's going to snag that stone up and place it right in the center of the line. So watch. Come over here, magic respace, perfect. Add a couple stones to it. Good. Clear paths, done. Okay, now I can come over here. I can delete that stone if I want. Let's say I want this one off a little bit more. And I could come over here. I can add another stone there. And this hat's starting to look pretty nice now. I could come over here, add another stone there real quick. And I don't really see any other. If I wanted this to be spaced a little bit better, again, this would be an easy one to use our 3-point curve tool. So I could go from here to here and click here, magic respace, perfect, clear paths, done. So we're pretty much good to go. Maybe I want to add a little bit there. I can use my 3-point curve tool again. Let's go from here to here and magic respace, clear paths. And that hat now has no overlaps, perfect spacing all around as far as anything you want to do. Now we do have a couple questions as far as if you wanted to fill something like this. Now it is possible to fill something like this. So what you could do for a fill, let's just say you wanted to fill this entire thing. So let's get rid of let's say you wanted to get rid of all of this and you wanted to fill this part of the hat here. So I could go like this here. Let's just say you wanted to fill it like this. You could draw a path around it, okay? So if I grabbed my B-spline tool or anything I wanted, or my 3-point curve tool, I could come in here, zoom in a little bit. I can start from here and I can draw and path. And then I'm going to extend off of this node, draw and path. So see what I'm doing? I'm just actually redrawing this path here. Or another way you could do it is you could actually use your magic respace and tell it to draw a line for you. But I just want you guys to get used to these different features as far as drawing these different paths, because that's going to help you a lot when you're working in the program. So let's go here to here, let's go here to here, draw that one around there. And again, I'm just hitting the center of each of these nodes to make sure that I'm good on it. It's going to keep a nice path along it. And I know I'm missing a lot of questions here, guys, but what we'll do, we'll run through it, or if you have any questions once we're done here, I just want to make sure we kind of keep going with what we're doing. And again, when you have different questions or different webinars that you guys do want or feel like are going to help you, then definitely let us know and we can work on those as well. And then here to here, boom. So see what I did? I filled all of that in the green now. I just left clicked on it. Now what I can do is I can create an island fill where of course we're still going to have some editing, and then it's going to do an island fill of that inside there. So let's go to place and fill, and I don't want to put any islands there. I want to go to the inside. I want to add stones. I want to contour spacing of, let's do 0.12, see what that does for us off the start. Don't need a corner detect and island fill, and let's get rid of that part of it. And you can see we probably wanted to go a little bit more to the inside of it, but then you just have a little bit of obviously your manual editing once you get inside there. So let's go let's see what 0.14 looks like. And an island fill, let's go ahead and highlight this and clear our paths out. And there you go. So this wasn't even a vector design at all, but when you draw that, when you do the island fill, you can create it so it has that. Now what we can do is we can also easily just add a stone there. We can click on a couple different stones, hit magic respace, add a stone. So, and then you're going to get a nice perfect fill on all of these as you're doing this throughout it. Add a stone. So see how that's filling that space in perfectly there for us? So it's going to give us a nice perfect fill. Okay. What key am I using to clear the paths? This is our clear paths right here. So watch, I'm holding shift to click on additional stones here. Okay. Then I'm hitting magic respace. I can see, man, one more stone can fit there. I'm adding a stone, holding shift and clear paths. And that cleared my path right there. So again, hold shift, click on your stones, magic respace, add a stone, clear paths. Or you could just, if you wanted to, duplicate a stone real quick and then hold shift, click on them, magic respace, clear paths. But see how nice that's getting filled right there already? So again, with all designs, it's just a matter of how much time you want to spend on them to make them look perfect. And normally it's worth it to spend that extra time on the designs. So again, just to show you that it's not just with a cowboy hat, a little doggy design here that we have. Again, just a bitmap, JPEG, PNG, whatever file right here. We want to go ahead and add some stones to this, our single line. I'm going to right click on it. Right click is going to tell it I want a single line path and add stones to it. Highlight here, clear our paths, and that's what you're going to get off the start without having to do anything. Now you're just going to have to go in and do your little cleanups with your overlaps there, but you can see how much easier that is and how much that's going to cheat for you to get the design going, get you your base outline of it with a matter of clicking one button with the single line. So everybody get an idea as far as the single line there, as far as how that works with the left click and right click? Yeah, good, good. I see a lot of good. Yes, yes, yes. Perfect. Good, good, good. Okay. So what I want to do, I know we only have about 10 minutes left here. We actually, just to let you know, when you go on to the website and you look under the Rhinestone University page, we already do have another webinar that's scheduled for this coming up Tuesday, next Tuesday. I think that one's at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. What we're actually going to try on that one is we're going to show you how to create a multi-deck design, and then we're actually going to try and do a live video feed of it as well. So I'm going to show you how to create the actual design in CorelDraw and the TRW Stone Wizard. Then what I'm going to do is we're going to move over to a live video feed where you can watch me actually cut the design. We can actually weed the design right there on the video. I'll have a video screen up and I can kind of answer questions as I'm doing the entire process. We'll show you how to press it and everything. So is that a webinar, something like that, with actual live videos where you can see me working on it, pressing the designs, weeding the designs, cutting the designs? Is that something that you guys would like as well? Something you feel like that would help you guys out? Yeah, perfect. Okay, great. And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna do a good amount of these free webinars, and we'll always do some free ones every now and then as well. The only problem that we run into sometimes is we get into where, like today, 300, 400 people will sign up for the webinars, and then a lot of people may not show up, or they're taking spots from other people. So just to let you know, we're always honest with you. We're going to be doing some advanced webinars down the road here, some other more detailed webinars as well, to where eventually we're going to get to the point where there'll be webinars that it may cost $5 or it may be $10. So it's not going to be anything that's outrageous, but it's going to be basically something, because we actually there's a whole lot of prep time involved and doing stuff afterwards. We have 3 employees in here doing stuff. So those of you that are watching these that get ideas from this with the live webinars, do you think it's something that's worth, obviously, $5 or $10 to get something like this? Obviously, we want to teach you guys, but obviously we need to make sure that we're getting all of your packages out as well and doing everything else. And then what we're also going to eventually do is probably have some type of a monthly subscription that you could subscribe for. So we'll guarantee that, hey, in that month period, we'll have 10 webinars. But the great thing about that is, even if you do a monthly subscription, or you pay $5 or $10 for an hour or 2-hour webinar, if for some reason you miss that webinar, well, it's going to be on the website for those of you that purchased it. So even if you miss it and something comes up, we know that all of you guys have crazy lives as well, just like us. If for some reason you miss it, you'll always be able to get the recorded version of it as well. So you're never going to miss anything. And you know, we're always going to be fair with you guys. We're always going to do everything we can to teach you as much as you can to grow your business. So if it is something that you paid for, then I promise you'll be able to see it. You'll have a recorded version of it. You'll be able to watch it 100 times if you want to get different tips and tricks. All right. So what I want to do now, I know obviously a lot of you want to do different stuff with the live video webinars as well. So we'll start doing that. We'll probably start getting some other people doing the webinars as well, some other of the TRW crew members here to help you guys out. But how many of you guys here that are in the class here are interested in actual live trainings, like a full day training like we're doing on our road trips, or coming down to Florida here and doing a full 2-day training to where we're going to go over everything? I mean, it'll be going over the TRW Stone Wizard. It'll be going over marketing strategies. It'll be going over how to run fundraisers, how to approach your different teams and leagues, and different sample packages of fundraisers that you can bring to them to try and generate business. So if we do something like that, it's not going to be, hey, we're going to do the exact same thing we do in all the videos. It's going to be something that's not only teaching you the software, teaching you the pressing techniques, teaching you how to cut and weed and use your cutters and everything. It's also going to be different business ideas for you and trying to teach you how to, hey, get these out to your different athletic directors and the principals of your schools and your different leagues. And the great thing about what we do is we've done and we still do everything that you guys do. So we have our finished product store to where we know the reason why we have that store is to keep up with the times, to know what is actually selling, what's working in the industry right now. Hey, this is a great design. This is something that works. We go around to all of the schools and do the same thing that you guys do. So it's nice for us to be able to share, hey, this works for us, this doesn't work for us, and give you guys different ideas for your business as well. Jennifer asked about ISS shows. Everybody that's here, if possible, we are trying to get into teaching. Obviously, we're new to the show, so we understand that there's businesses that have been there for a long time, and there's businesses that are kind of grandfathered into doing the different shows. So any of you guys that want to email the different shows and ask if the Rhinestone World can do classes at their shows, please do. Anything will help, any type of emails or phone calls. If they see that a lot of people want us to do classes because they know it's going to help attendees at the ISS show, at the MBM show, at the DAX show, please email them, let us know. We are going to be at the Embroidery Mart show in Nashville. I see someone just asked. Again, we've already contacted all of them to try and do classes, but we know that we kind of have to wait our turn, and we know that that's fair. There's businesses that have been getting booths at those shows for a long time, and but any type of help you guys could provide as far as emailing them, letting them know, hey, is there any way the Rhinestone World can do a class? We know they help us out. We know they're there to help us. We know it's going to help our business. It'll make us come to the show. Then please do. So we got about five or so minutes left. I'm just kind of looking at questions and seeing what people have. Oh, someone just got a package in the mail from us right now. Awesome, Elaine. Enjoy it. A DVD included with the business kit. Kimberly, great idea. We are actually, once we get going with these webinars, what we're going to do, I know it's hard to look through and find 700 of the 750 videos we have on YouTube, trying to find the ones that are going to best help you. We're trying to create some playlists now to make it easy for you to find different things. But yes, that is the plan, to create some different DVDs, especially kind of starter pack DVDs. Hey, you buy a starter kit, it's going to come with this DVD that's going to show you how to do everything. So again, anything that we sell, we're going to support as much as we possibly can. Obviously, the TRW Stone Wizard is something that we do everything for. So that's easy for us to fix. When it comes to, for example, different cutters or different programs that we don't actually do everything for, some of those are more difficult, and some of those can be a little bit harder to get to you guys and get fixed. And it's frustrating for you guys. I know it's frustrating for us sometimes, knowing that we can't help you right away, and that's obviously always our goal, but we'll do anything we can to try and help you guys. Latest version of the Wizard is the 2.05, and I'm not sure if did everybody see the video with the patterns that we're coming out with, the heat transfer vinyl patterns? Anybody see that? Yeah? Okay, if you haven't seen it yet, go to our YouTube channel. It's one of the past, maybe the last 5 or 6 videos on our YouTube channel, and I showed you a sample of using the camo and the zebra print. But we are actually coming in, and we're going to do a giveaway later today, so make sure to check out the Facebook page. We're going to do a giveaway later today, and we're going to give away 4 pretty big sample packs of those new patterns. They should be coming in next week, and we'll have them for sale on the website. They're going to be awesome. So again, it's a single cut. I'm going to actually do a video later today of pressing one of them and making a design out of it as well. So check that out. We'll get a video going on that, but we're going to start the drawing or do a video drawing for the giveaway. I'll post that later today on the Facebook page. But again, if everybody that's here, I see that nobody's actually left the class yet. We still got 100 people here. If you guys can do us a favor, just if you can go onto the Facebook page after we get off here and just post, I mean, we want you guys to be honest. Let us know, hey, did this webinar help you guys out? Did you pick something up from this webinar that's going to save you some time in your designing? Something that we showed you that you said, man, that's a pretty cool idea. That may help me, or that'll help my business. That's our goal with every webinar, every video that we do, is as long as you can take one thing away from that video that's going to help you and your business grow. That's the whole point of it. That's why, I mean, obviously there's a whole lot of man hours that go into creating 750 plus videos, but our goal is obviously if we can help you guys grow, the more business you have, then obviously the more business we have as well. So I know a lot of people say that we want you to grow, but hopefully you can see by all the different webinars, all the different videos, the call center, the trainings, the actual the exhibits that we do and the booths that we do at the different shows, that we really do mean that when we say that. All right, any other questions? I see we are at 11. This may be the first time I've ever ended a webinar on time. But I appreciate all of you guys coming. If you could just go to the Facebook page, let everybody know how the webinar was. I know there's going to be we had 296, I think, people sign up for it. So there's 196 crew members out there that didn't get into this webinar that I feel bad for. So we are going to have it recorded. We'll post it probably by tomorrow. It takes a little time to get it all ready for YouTube and the website, but we will have it on there for everybody to see. And again, we will be posting the GraphTech cutters. We did get our big shipment of the GraphTech cutters in yesterday. We started posting some videos on them yesterday, so awesome cutters with a lot of features. Quiet servo motors, so those are going to help you a lot. We got a lot of things coming in here at TRW, a lot of new products that we're going to have, so always stay tuned. We're always trying to grow, always try to provide you guys some new quality products. All right, any other questions? I see a lot of questions or posts coming through thanking us. Well, thank you guys very much for coming. I know taking an hour out of your day isn't always the easiest thing to do, so we appreciate you guys coming here and spending some time with us. Aaron's over here in the background answering questions as they come in, so just so you know, it's more than just me here. I definitely can't do this alone. The rest of the TRW crew is out there answering your phone calls and packaging your packages and everything, so it's a team effort here at TRW that we do everything we can to make you guys happy, help out your business. All right, crew. Well, I appreciate, again, all of you coming. Head over to that Facebook page and let everybody know what you thought of the webinar today. And then also check out all those new YouTube videos. We got about 10 or 12 of them up in the last 2 or 3 days, showing the GraphTech, showing the different patterns. And again, we actually have a giveaway from yesterday. Rob the Funky Fairy from the UK flew all the way from the UK to come visit the TRW crew. He found some Korean stones, some SS10 stones. We're going to do that giveaway here in just a little while. Rudy Rhinestone will be rocking out that giveaway. And then I will post a video with the pattern giveaway so you can start entering that contest as well. All right? All right, everybody. Well, thank you very much. You guys have an awesome Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, and we will talk to you soon. This is Matt and Ryan with the Rhinestone. Oh, Matt and Aaron. I'm sorry. Matt and Aaron with the rhinestoneworld.com. And you guys all have a great day.